Adam maybe took for selection first Oscar Allen in for Hickey, which means more Nick in the ruck, I'm guessing, or some.
Oh, yeah, maybe. It's been such a long time since round one that the team actually has only one change when we looked at it. So, a few selection issues with form and availability, but we've gone with Oscar. Might be a bit wet. Might be able to play forward a bit more, and obviously pinch hit with Nick when he's off the ground. In terms of how long that'll be, we're still working through that.
With Oscar, obviously he did a fair bit of that last year. Is that going to continue to be his role if you go with that one ruck with Nick? You have Oscar because he's been training in that for quite a while now.
Yeah, we're really early to say that's going to be his spot for the rest of the year. We think he's one of our young, talented players that'll play a lot of footy, and he's still looking for his position in the side. So this is an avenue into the team for him, but that doesn't mean it's a lock. So, and he knows that. I mean, Bailey Williams is knocking on the door. Nathan Vardy played quite well on the intra club the other night, and Hickey is a bona fide ruckman as well. So they're all available, which is great. I think going into round one, only one or two were available. So yeah, there'll be changes throughout the year, but at this stage, Oscar he'll be our second ruck and mainly playing as a forward.
Was the weather a really big factor in allowing you to make the call in the end because of how heavy it was? Yeah.
Well, it was pretty wet the other night. Part of it, but not the main part. It was actually a really close decision. Could have been anyone. There's not a massive form line with 3 weeks of pre-season, but all of them have trained every minute and all played pretty well. So in the end, we went with the youth.
You spoke after the AFL shutdown about how well Oscar came back from training. Was there much disappointment from him when he missed out on the final series? Was that sort of a driving factor?
I think he missed out on the last game, yeah. Nick came back, so it was a pretty obvious process. Nick wasn't quite ready to ruck for longer minutes. So I think he played 20 games last year, Oscar, so I think he's looking at that season as more of a positive than missing the last couple of games because Nick's returned.
Obviously, super confident Nick can ruck most of that game. Jared Wicks is a big boy, it's going to be pouring, so you must be really confident with where Nick's at.
He's had a good block of pre-season and hasn't missed a beat, hasn't missed a training session really. So I still think Nick will be a slow burn. I don't think he's going to come and try and set the world on fire the first 5 minutes of the game. I think we're really keen to get a good season out of him, and we'll manage his minutes. He'll be unders for the first part of the season just to see where he's at, and we'd love to call upon him if the game's on the line and we need him to do something special. We don't want to burn him out too early, so we'll work through that in the next few weeks.
Have you got a number of minutes you want for him, or is it something to see throughout each game and see what he's capable now as you come back from such an extended later?
It's just hard to tell with the game being a bit shorter, and even looking at last night, I don't know how many stoppages there were, but it didn't look like there was a heap. What type of game do we get tomorrow night? That sort of determines how many contests our rucks are in, and it's not all about Nick. He knows that as well. So we'll get the balance right. We've got it right most times, and we plan on doing that again.
Adam, what did you think of the Black Lives Matter stuff last night with Richmond Collingwood? And second part of that question, what are you guys planning to do?
Yeah, what was special about last night, I think it was player driven. And I think that the same thing will happen with us. They're working through with Gold Coast to be united on some sort of stance, which we totally endorse.
I know it sounds obvious, but if someone in your team didn't want to participate, what would happen there? I imagine that everyone would, but if it were the case, how would that go?
Well, I'm assuming we're like most clubs. We accept individuals, and we accept and care for people for who they are. So if someone doesn't want to participate, they don't, and there'll be no ridicule on that. But I doubt that'll happen.
Most things are fairly uniform when there's a stance. It could be, so what you guys could do could be different to what happened last night as your own beliefs.
Yeah, I think the frustration with all the protests and the awareness is, it's about education. So anything we can do to bring to light what's going on and help educate people is a positive. So Nick's been at the forefront of that. We're working through it with the Gold Coast, and I'm sure they'll represent the issue really well tomorrow night.
Just on last night's game, with the short course, a bit of a talking point in terms of the scoring and how the game played out. What were your thoughts watching from this?
Yeah, it was an interesting game. I obviously, just watching on TV, I'm not quite sure why it was so low. I'm sure everyone's looking at that. Obviously, it was close, which was the one benefit towards the end of the game. I don't know if that's a reflection of where the rest of the season's going. Probably shows that 3 weeks of pre-season after 8 weeks off means we're going to be a little bit rusty. Maybe the coaches as well. We're all a bit of the unknown really. So, and I get the shorter games. If we have some deviation throughout the year, we need to be pretty agile. We might have to play 2 or 3 games over the course of 10 or 12 days if it gets cramped up at the end of the year. So I get why they're making the game shorter. I don't think that was the reason why the spectacle wasn't as fantastic as we would have hoped. I think we'll build into it.
Do you think there is scope going forward if the season does play out as normal, going 1 game per week, to go back to 20-minute quarters?
It's not my call, but I'm assuming the AFL are doing it for a reason. That would be to be flexible if we have to condense the season. If the season has to be shut down for a week or 2 and we have to do something a little bit different, then the shorter quarters allows us to recover better and then perhaps condense some of the games. We don't know what's happening after round 4, so let's just cool our jets on that.
Adam, the normal process, you guys travel all the time, would be play Saturday night, you fly that night or the next morning. You feel like Sunday's going to be a key day for you guys going forward, because that's when the habitual stuff will just go out the window. It's a whole new world for you staying. Sunday's kind of crucial in that way.
I don't know what the boys like to do on Sunday after a game with a 7-day break. The fact is we're going to be here. I think we're looking at the positives. I mean, it's been a really good environment for the first week anyway. And the test will come in a couple of weeks, when you really start to miss your family. The protocols, they're there for a reason, but, they become challenging. Things will lift. The AFL are doing a really good job with trying to make this environment the best they can. So, yeah, there's a pretty good vibe amongst both clubs, I would have thought, here at the moment. And I can only see the restrictions being lifted as we go. So I didn't pack my clubs, but maybe next week we might be able to have a swing. You never know.
How are you going switching off? Given you've got your coach and you've got all the players around. Are you able to go from coach to just...
I'm not bad at that. Our players have got 2 days a week off during the week, and we don't want to talk to them on those 2 days. So unless they want to come and see us, we really want to separate ourselves and give them some space, and that's what we'll do again on Sunday. Win, lose or draw, they might do recovery, but that's the time to give them some space and give them some time their own.
Do you leave the venue? Do you go? What are you doing to avoid bumping into them? I suppose you can't not bump into them.
It's okay to bump into them, but no meetings. No meetings. Very easy to slip in a meeting when everyone's within 5 minutes. So I've had to calm our footy manager down a little bit. Just to avoid a couple of the meetings on Thursday is important, and then we'll do the same thing on Sunday. If anything, we'll get together and have lunch together and maybe have a beer or 2.
Stuart Dew is pretty keen to, I guess, use this as an opportunity to show off the Suns' facilities, to show they're as good as anywhere in the league. Have you had a chance to have a look at Metricon? Yeah,
we've played there a couple of times before, and they've been really good with the club and allowing us to use the facility. We've got a captain's run there today. And we've got a game tomorrow night against a side that's packed with talent. They should take a lot of confidence out of their Mars series. I know they were disappointed with themselves in round 1, but the evidence in the last 3 games they've played, the previous 2, they were really, really good, especially in the contest. So, yeah, we're fully aware of their talent and what they're capable of. But they have been quite accommodating and letting us use their facility, and we do appreciate that.
Is there a risk, your players are spending a bit of time on the coast, is there a risk they might like it? They might want to come to the door?
Well, I haven't really left the hotel, so I haven't exactly rolled out the red carpet in terms of anything outside of this facility. So ask me in 3 or 4 weeks where we're at. But look, if you could be anywhere away from WA, I think this is as good as any in the world.
You stressed starting well. You started really well against Melbourne. The teams that tend to have started well have gone on with it mostly. How important is the start under a 16-minute quarter? Yeah,
the start will be important. I mean, even the start that Port had round 1 against Gold Coast, it was fast. The ability to sustain effort looks like it's going to be a little bit easier with the shorter quarters. So, yeah, the momentum swings, I didn't see too many last night other than just a grind. So we're looking to start well, but every club in the comp is looking to start well. So, see how we go.
You got a scratch match planned?
Yeah, we'll have a scratch match with the younger fellas tomorrow. I think we're going to have to borrow a few of the Gold Coast boys. So I don't know how that's going to go because they need to play to win. They need to compete. So I'm not sure. Adrian Hickmont's going to run that one for me with Gold Coast. So I think we've got 12 available and they've got 22. So we're going to have to borrow a couple.
That will be weird.
I don't even know what they're going to wear. I'm assuming they don't want to wear West Coast uniforms, so they might just have bibs on. Yeah, I don't know.
What sort of session would it be? Would it be 15-minute quarters or would it be just...
We'll play. Yeah, we'll play. They want to play. They want to compete. So they want to prove themselves. They want to be, put their hand up to be available through form. So we'll give them that opportunity.
Where we do that?
I think it's at Metricon, just in the morning. No cameras.
Close to a normal game as possible.
It will be. I know it being 16 on 16 or 17 on 17, and we'll see how we go.